We are going to get this started. My name is Latian Curry. I'm one of the co-chairs of PSEP. I'll let our other members introduce themselves, but this is the Race, Ethnicity, and Other Subcommittee of the Portland Committee on Community Engaged Policing. We're happy to have all of y'all here.
Good evening, Marcia Perez. I'm also on the PSEP Race, Ethnicity, and Other Subcommittee, and I work for the Department of Justice.
And I'm Sam Sachs, Chair of the Subcommittee, Race, Ethnicity, and Others, and PSEP.
Thank you. One quick note about videoing tonight. Any video recording devices, there are youth in the room, so please do not record anybody's face. And there's going to be some sensitive stories that are going to be shared, and so out of respect, we just ask that folks don't record. That would be our preference, but if you do, so realize that there are minors in the room, so not to record anybody's face, and just kind of respect the raw nature of this.
And again, I want to go a step further.
Yeah.
Out of respect for the people, there's a lot of personal stories that are happening here tonight, and we would ask to not record at all, video, audio. So, I see a lot of people shaking their heads. So if you are video and audio recording, we ask that you not do that, out of respect for the people that are sharing their stories and are here today. Thank you. Great.
So this is our community discussion on gun violence. Really, the genesis of this is the gang enforcement team's change to the gun violence reduction team, and a lot of community questions that we were hearing at our meetings and through other public sessions about really what was that change when the team became the gun violence reduction team. And so what we wanted to do was bring together a meeting where the gun violence reduction team could talk about those changes, what are their priorities, and then also to allow the community to have an opportunity to give their feedback. PSEP, the Portland Committee on Community Engaged Policing, is tasked with making recommendations to the city to better improve relationships between police and the community. And so we're going to take a lot of this information back from you today to make recommendations. You can attend our public meetings to find out more about that, but Marcia is going to help you take notes, and the rest of our members as well, to really see what comes out of this meeting and how can we improve those relationships. I want to thank Assistant Chief Shear for his hard work in helping putting this together, Mary Claire as well, both from the police department and getting the officers here and sharing that information, and be willing to take this, to have this discussion. And we put us together a set of rules, and I'll just pass these around and just help you raise it to communicate. Our ground rules for tonight are trust, open-mindedness, assume positive intent, listen with intent, safety to be brave and vulnerable, and that's going with the recording and all, just everything, just making this a safe space for everybody to share their thoughts. Effective communication, don't take things personal, don't make assumptions, feel comfortable to clarify things with questions, be free to call a bias, step up and step back. So if you're talking a lot, taking a step back, and if you're not, feeling free to share your opinion. Integrity, and work as a group to take care of one another. Is there any other group agreements that you all think we should follow this evening that we didn't mention? Great. So the agenda for tonight, just did our welcome, just did our ground rules. We're going to start with the community panel. We have 3 community members and an officer who are going to share their experience with gun violence in the community. Then it's going to be followed by a GVRT presentation, which is up here already. That'll be about roughly 25 to 30 minutes. This is part 1 of a 2-part discussion. So this discussion is going to talk about the GVRT team and what it does. There'll be a second session that'll go more into the data and the statistics that I know a lot of community members are looking for. And that's going to be held at our PSEP meeting in the future. After that, after the question and answer session, we'll do 2 breakout groups. We'll be able to talk more about the recommendations and what things we'd like to see from GVRT, and then we'll do a report back and next steps. That makes sense?
The blue cards that are going around are for you to write down your thoughts or questions when the GVRT presents, or you hear something that you want to ask a question about or you have a thought. So it's for you to write down for yourself.
Right. And we will be facilitating this and making sure it's a structured meeting, so we just ask that everybody has respect for everybody who's presenting, everybody who's sharing. And if at any point we feel like it's teetering off in the wrong direction, we'll make decisions based on that. But I think that we're going to have a really good discussion. discussion. So I want to thank you all again for being here. I'm going to ask our community panel to come up. We have Nelson Gonzalez, Roy Moore, Jason Huber, and Royal Harris. So if y'all can come up, we can get some chairs up here for them. If you could, so the point of this community panel is to hear more perspectives from the community on gun violence, from both community perspectives as well as the police. And what I'd like us to go through is just starting down there. Now, if you could just say your name, what organization you work with, your pronouns, and who you're representing tonight, or who you represent in the community.
So my name is Nelson Gonzalez. I'm here as a community member, so I'd rather not share where I work. I'm here as a community member. I go by he, him, and I'm here for the youngsters that got lost through the years.
I'm Roy Moore. I'm an outreach worker. I also work with Healing Hurt People when we return to the hospital. I'm here to tell my story because I think it's power in hearing people's testimonies that made it through, life challenges and made it through it.
Jason Hubert, I work for the City of Portland, former police officer. He, him, and I got lots of stories too about Police Bureau, Community 2. I also live in the community. So I'm excited about this.
My name is Royal Harris. I'm a community member. I go by Royal. I'm here because, kind of like Jason, I've been around this for a long time, and I share quite a few stories with him and both of these men, and I really see this as an opportunity of someone who's been around since the Genesis to make sure that this ship is steered in the right direction.
And before you start, I want to acknowledge two things that there is a shooting today that happened in Vancouver. It seems to be an ongoing situation, so we want to send our thoughts to those individuals and just see that gun violence is a real thing in our community, something that continues to happen. I also just want to acknowledge the lack of presence of women on this panel, and that's something that we want to continue to work on and make sure that they're represented as well. So that's something for the future that we'll continue to work on. The question I'm asking the panel members is, what is your lived experience and or work experience with gun violence here in Portland? Each of you will have up to 5 minutes to share that. That's a community 5 minutes. You can do the time or anything like that. But any of y'all can start.
Could I ask you all to speak up just a little bit, please?
Do you have a microphone?
We do.
You may not need a microphone, but if you just speak up.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm old.
Okay, I got you. So
I got old ears. Thank you.
Yep, the question is, what is your lived experience and or work experience with gun violence here in the community, here in Portland? We will each have up to 5 minutes, and whoever would like to start by sharing, I would just remind everybody that these are personal stories, so just keep that open, and for the panelists, share as much as you feel comfortable. Feel free to leave out names or dates or anything else that might, clarify something more than you'd like to.
So I've been working with youth for the last 7 years, and it's something that I'm very passionate about. I've gotten to know youth personally. I've gotten to know the families, to the point where they'll invite me to come eat, and I won't pass a plate. That's just what I do. And I enjoy that work. It's my life. But through the years, I've lost several youth to gun violence. And sometimes I'll be asked a question, then why do you still do it? Because if one youngster is saved, then I'm doing my job. And it's not a job, it's my passion, it's my love. And answering this question, it reminds me of different faces, of different places, of seeing a youth of mine on a Friday night. And whenever I talk to my kids, I'm like, hey, be safe. Nelly, I'm gonna be safe. You know that. And then I'll get a phone call that Monday. Nelly, did you hear? I hear what? So-and-so's no longer here. And that gives me, it fires me up to want to keep doing what I'm doing. And I will do it as long as I can. These are beautiful youngsters that are no longer here. To sit in a room and watch the tears from moms and them sharing stories with me, it's painful. It's painful. I think about them all the time. If I'm watching youth basketball games, I remember one of my youngsters, that was his thing, playing basketball, and he's not here. Or one of my Kelly kids, that part I'll say. I got to know him real close, and I lost him a year and a half ago. You know, but it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. I'll continue to do what I gotta do. And my kids know, I call them my kids because I could be their dad, you know, and they know that if they're hanging out with me, they're gonna get a taco. So that's just my thing. And there's something about food that opens up a youngster to talk to. And I don't know why I just went into the whole food thing, but it's something important. That's how I connect with them. And yeah, just gotta keep working. Keep working.
Thank you for sharing that. Can I just ask a quick follow-up question from your perspective? What are some of the main causes that you see that cause the gun violence amongst you in the community?
What caused the gun violence? Mental health is one of them, for a fact. Sometimes a resource that's needed and they couldn't get that resource provided to them, so they have to go out and get it. And unfortunately, they've lost their life while trying to get it. You know, some of these youth, it's like watching them come to school and sometimes they're already at 100. You know, I'll tell them, I don't know if you ate today. I don't know if you had to feed your siblings today. I don't know if you had to make sure that they got to school. I don't know what dangers they faced before they walked into the school, right? So if a youngster sees his little brother, his little sister hungry, and his means of getting it is going out there and doing what he's got to do, and they're out there doing what they got to do. And that's real stories. And unfortunately, I've had youth lose their lives for trying to provide.
Thank you for sharing. Anybody can go next. Feel free.
The question is my experiences with
lived experience and or work experience with gun violence here in Portland.
You know, I'm from Portland. I was raised in this community. And you know, I was affected by gun violence at a very early age. In 5th grade, I witnessed my older brother get shot. And then when I was in senior year, when I was 18, I was in the car when my best friend was shot and killed. He died in my arms. And then when I was 25, I was shot just in my leg. And I've learned not to say just in my leg because our community is we're so prone to gun violence. I say just in my leg. But the actuality is I could have just as easily lost my life when that shooting happened. So I've been affected by gun violence personally, and I've lost numerous friends to the way we grew up. And I come from a gang culture. And it's plagued my family and my friends. I've lost so many friends to gang and gun violence. And today in my work, I respond to the hospital 24/7 for any person of color coming in suffering from community violence. And I see firsthand how gun violence is destroying our families and our community. So, I mean, that's the catalyst. That's the main reason why I do the work that I do. One, because I took so much from my community when I was out living that lifestyle, and I want to give back. You know, you get older, your ideologies change, and you grow up, and I want to be a part of the solution and not the problem, right? And I know that